Welcome to Small Stories, Big Healing, where old teachings speak softly into modern lives.
When you cannot stop your mind from gripping the future, when you cannot keep replaying what you should have done, when you cannot make someone change or make life behave the way you planned. Have you ever felt tired, not from work, but from holding on? Have you ever noticed how exhausting it is to wrestle with the wind, to argue with the rain, to beg the river to flow another way? Once upon a time, in a quiet hillside village, there lived a young man named Kenji. Kenji was responsible and hardworking. He kept lists, schedules, and careful plans. He believed that if he could predict everything, nothing would hurt him. He woke before sunrise, checked the sky, counted his coins, measured the grain in his jars, and tried to measure the hearts of people too. But life does not always fit inside a jar. That year, the weather began to change. Rain came too early, then stopped too long. The river that watered the fields became stubborn, shallow one week, then wild the next. And as the seasons turned, Kenji's worry grew heavy. His father, once strong, grew ill. The market became unpredictable. Some days Kenji sold everything, and other days he sold nothing at all. At night, he lay in bed, listening to the roof creak, imagining tomorrow collapsing before it even arrived. One evening, after a harsh wind and bitter disappointment, Kenji sat by the riverbank and clenched a handful of wet sand. He squeezed it so hard his knuckles turned pale, but the sand still slipped away through the gaps in his fingers. He whispered, "Why can I not hold anything steady? Why does everything change no matter how tightly I grip it?" Behind him, a gentle voice answered, "Because you are holding sand as if it were stone." Kenji turned and saw an elderly woman standing nearby. Her name was Asha, a village elder known for her calm presence. She carried no tools, no baskets, no heavy burdens, only a small bundle of bamboo reeds resting lightly in her arms. Kenji had seen her before, walking slowly, smiling softly as though she had nowhere else to be. Kenji sighed and said, "Everyone tells me to be calm, but how can I be calm when everything depends on me? My father is sick, the harvest is uncertain, the market is unstable. If I do not control things, everything will fall apart." Asha sat beside him on a smooth rock and watched the river as if it were a dear old friend. Then she asked, "Kenji, do you see that bamboo?" Kenji glanced at the reeds in her bundle. "Of course." Asha held one reed up. It was long and thin, light as a feather in her hand. She said, "Bamboo survives storms, not because it fights the wind, but because it bows." Kenji frowned. "So you were saying I should bow to life? Give up? Accept loss?" Asha smiled, not sharply, but kindly, as if she understood his fear. "No," she said. "I am saying you should stop trying to command what you cannot command and start guiding what you can guide." Kenji stared at the river. "But how do I know the difference?" Asha pointed to the water. "Can you stop the river from flowing?" she asked. Kenji shook his head. "Can you tell it to flow uphill?" He let out a tired laugh. "No." Asha nodded. "Yet you can choose where you stand. You can build a bridge, you can dig a channel, you can learn when to plant, you can learn when to rest." Kenji's shoulders sank. "But if I let go, it feels like I don't care." Asha picked up a small stone and held it over the water. "Kenji," she said, "watch closely." She dropped the stone. It fell into the river with a soft plunk and disappeared beneath the surface for only a moment before the current carried it onward. "Did the river panic?" she asked. Kenji blinked. "No." "Did the river stop and say, 'This should not have happened'?" She continued. Kenji looked away, embarrassed. "No."
Asha's voice softened. The river does not pretend it controls what falls into it. It simply continues. It makes space. It moves forward. And in time, it carries even heavy stones to a new place. Kenji's eyes grew moist, though he did not yet understand why. He said quietly, "I feel like I'm drowning inside my own thoughts." Asha nodded. "Then you are trying to swim while clinging to a heavy bag." Kenji looked at her puzzled. Asha opened her palm and mimed holding an invisible rope. Imagine you were holding a rope tied to a boat in the river. The current is strong. The boat pulls and pulls. If you keep gripping, your hands will burn, your arms will shake, your whole body will ache. Kenji swallowed. "And if I let go?" he asked. Asha's gaze was steady. "If you let go," she said, "the rope will fall into the water. You may lose the boat, but you will not lose your life." Kenji stared at his own hands and realized how often his fingers felt tense even when he was doing nothing. Asha continued, "There are times in life when holding on is wise, but there are many times when holding on is simply fear, wearing the mask of responsibility." That night, Kenji went home with Asha's words echoing like a quiet bell. Fear, wearing the mask of responsibility. In the days that followed, Kenji tried to practice what she said, but it was not easy. When his father coughed, his thoughts raced to worst outcomes. When the clouds gathered, Kenji imagined the fields ruined. When the market was slow, Kenji blamed himself. But each time his mind tightened, he remembered the bamboo. He remembered the river. He began to ask himself a simple question, not once, but many times each day. What is mine to guide today? And then do it one step at a time. And ask yourself also, what is not mine to command? Then loosen your fingers, not because you don't care, but because you do. Because you are meant to live, not only to manage. Here is the lesson I wanted to share. The moral of this story is simple and true. You suffer not only from what happens, but from the desperate grip that insists it should not be happening. Let go of what you cannot control, so you can hold firmly what you can. If you learned something today, or if Kenji's journey brought you even a small sense of calm, I invite you to stay connected with us. This is Small Stories, Big Healing, short tales to soothe your heart and guide your steps. If this story should reach more people who are struggling with control and worry, please don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might need this reminder, and comment below, what does letting go mean to you? Your one comment may encourage someone else who feels overwhelmed tonight. And if you'd like more stories that bring gentle comfort and insight, please subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next healing tale. Until then, keep your hands open and your steps steady. Small Stories, Big Healing will be here with another tale whenever your heart needs a gentle reminder.